Hi, everybody. This is Gary Demas, Ultimate Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. The market's got absolutely shellacked today. I'm going to stick with the same thing. I'm not saying that you want to be trying to catch a falling knife here, but what we have to keep in mind are that the same thing that happened last year with the tariffs, where everybody went nuts and was selling, they can just be removed right after, if things get too hairy. So you're selling something that could be easily just removed from the equation, and then everybody's get into forced buying. I've been saying I think we needed some air out of this out of the markets, and we're getting it. I don't believe the lows are in yet. I do believe that we're going to get some kind of bounce, but here you can see this is a pretty strong move right here, and from there we got a bounce and then came down, and this is where we kind of got the buy signals right here on the 60s, and that was on November 21st. So here we can see down. So the 15-minute chart right here is suggesting that we are going to get some kind of bounce, and you can see even if we come down tomorrow, the 67.77 is the 78% retracement from the move that started in December. And with the buy signals, I would believe that we're going to get some kind of bounce, and I wouldn't be surprised to see us come someplace back up into, maybe test the 68.85 level. But then from there, we're probably going to come down and do a full retracement of this. But you can see here, this is where the support level, this is the first support level. This got taken out. So the 50% retracement from this low to this high is coming in right around the 67.50 level, but we have price support that's right at the 67.68 level. So if we come down, I do believe we're going to get some kind of bounce, and what that will do is allow our momentum to try to come back up again. But I think the bulls are going to have a tough time getting over this the 68.84 level, because you can see we have a moving average here as well as price resistance. So if the bears lose that and the bulls get above it, then we're probably just back to coming up, closing this gap, or possibly making that run for 7,000. But right now, if the way that I would really anticipate this going would be, we have a 1, 2, this is our wave 3, we get a bounce back up, wave 4, and then 5, and that will be our wave A. And then from there, we're going to get this kind of move right here, and that will probably take us up here. But then from there, we're going to get a wave C down. So it should form 5 waves to the downside. So up and then down, that will be wave A. Then we have a wave B that should come up, and then a wave C that we could see come all, take the S&P all the way down below the 66.97 level, or possibly do a retracement down at the 66.18. So these are, this is kind of the roadmap that I think will be playing out, just because this move was pretty strong right here. We have support. I would anticipate that holding, getting a bounce, and then coming back down and making that wave, making the 5th wave, which would be a wave A, and then a larger bounce that would take us a wave B and then C, and that should give us a really good buying opportunity right around there. But like I said, the reasoning for the selling, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, just because, as I said, these tariffs talks right now that are being out there, they get removed. We saw Trump do that last time, and that caused a 10% rally in the market. So again, I would take this with a grain of salt, but whenever we get these kind of rips up here, you got to lighten up the portfolio, and we did that. But even though we got hit today because the high beta quantum stocks took a shellacking today. So yeah, they did. So we didn't have a great day. We did make up some because of the some of the trades that we made with the spiders and IWM, but then I got caught into a trade at the end of the day, the last hour, and that kind of gave those profits back. But in any case, so I'm looking for support tomorrow. If we gap down below this, then things could get, a little hairy, because if we get below the 66.97 level, we really probably are coming all the way down to the 78% retracement at the 66.18. So if they find support, expect a bounce, and then from there another move down, and it could be that may be it. But I do believe that we're going to have this type of formation where we have 5 waves down in a B, and then a wave C. I think it's going to be the same exact thing there. So let's keep an eye on how traders react at the 67, 68, and then down at the 67.50. If they get down there and it holds, then I believe we're going to get a tradable bounce to the upside, and then probably come down and test one of these levels, but we're a little ways away from that right now. So the 15-minute chart is giving us that we should get some kind of bounce. If they gap down tomorrow, we have to just keep an eye on this gap right here at the 67.37 as well. So that would almost be a full retracement of this move. But like I said, I don't really think anything structurally has changed. We were due for a pullback. We had a pretty good run, especially IWM, but IWM still held up pretty good today overall, and I'll show you the charts on that in a second. Okay, so here's IWM. You can see we made it down to the our moving average here, and buyers did step in, and they brought it right back up into this resistance right here, and as well as the moving average, and from there we saw selling. But we're at the IWM was only down 1.2%, and you have the Nasdaq and the S&P that were down over 2%. So it's still holding on as as the strongest index out there right now. And if this is going to be an ABC move, where we had our first move down there, now we have an A, B, and a C move up, I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to close this gap at 265.76. Now, if we come down and this starts picking up steam, then I would just be looking on the short side for IWM, because this would be the wave 3 down, and we know this was a parabolic move here, and typically they retrace all the way back down to where it started. So I'd be, we want to see if we do see any buying tomorrow, then I would be looking at this as just an ABC move and closing this gap before we come down and most likely test the 257 level. That's really going to be my downside target on that. But again, we just want to see how things play out. One quick thing with the report today, it's really hard to do that on the email part. I have a call, I have a support ticket to DigitalOcean, because that's where these issues are taking place, and that's where our server is. So when I hear back from them, these big companies are really hard to get back. But I'm going to just be doing, a very elaborate morning notes as well as the video reports, and until we get that site up and I can start doing the regular reports like we did. But in any case, so again, if this is an A, B, and now we're making a wave C down, I still believe we're going to be coming down somewhere into this 258 level. I think that would be a good buying opportunity. We don't have any buy signals here because we never took out these lows. So it's one of those things that if they come up, I'd probably still be looking on the short side. If they come down, then we find support at the 258 level, that's when I'd be looking to buy. But if they lose this, then we're coming all the way down to this to the 255, and I've been mentioning that when we were up here, that a typical move would be back down into the 255 level, about 10 points, because that's what happened from here, where we went to 258 and we went all the way down to 246, and that was just in a couple days. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that, a bounce and then back down again, and then from there we start another move to the upside. The quantum stocks, yes, they got crushed, and if we take a look at the portfolio, you can see we lost 27.64. It happens when you're going to get with the days that they go up, and we have you see the portfolio up 3,500, 4,500, but when they come down, they do come down pretty hard. So we just have to live with that. And what we try to do is, if you notice, our the portfolio value is hanging out right near this 424 level, and that's after seeing that with the quantum stocks that got absolutely clobbered during the last couple months. So we're able to hold it up, hold the value there. Wait for these to bottom out, and then we build up another. We add to the position, and then from there, that's where we start doing very well with the market. So with the portfolio. So right now, let's see what plays out tomorrow. Again, I can make a good point for the IWM to come up and close this gap. But if we start taking out these support levels, then we're going to come all the way down to the 258 level. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great